What is going on, everyone? It is Foul Play here, and we are back for match number 2 of this modern league. We won the die roll. We're going to be on the play. We are versing a Lurus deck, and this hand is a mole. This hand is much better. I'm going to keep it. I'm probably going to ditch the Spider Umbra, and then just get straight into it. The chance I'm frustrated by ditching my aura over the path, but my guess is this is going to be a shadow deck with Skyclaves and stuff, and having the path is just going to be that powerful. If they have the turn 1 discard spell as well, it's pretty unlikely that they're not going to take Daybreak Coronet unless they have the second discard spell. So yeah, we'd lose to like double discard spell. Here's Sagada's Aid. Alright, so this is a Hammertime deck. Looks like this particular variant is splashing white. And we're just going to hit in for 4. And then we can Daybreak Coronet next turn. And we've got Totem Armor up to chump block. So that's something. So this is probably going to be their explosive turn if they have one. Fortunately, they didn't have any like 0 mana creatures to get things rolling. Pure Steel Paladin and nothing else. Let's just draw step path this thing. And I'm just going to attack for 5 and then draw step path it. At which point I can then Daybreak Coronet next turn and attack for almost lethal while gaining a bunch of life. So we'll see if he has to come back from that. Like, he had a pretty slow opening hand. If it falls to just 1 removal spell, that's pretty weak. Alright, sweet. So we're versing a blue Hammertime deck. Skyclave Apparition looks pretty decent here because it actually exiles the thing we're targeting, which is pretty sweet. Our opponents do board in things like Disenchant. They have Path to Exile, which they will leave in, at least in some number. And they also have, what's the card called? Shadow Spear, which can remove hexproof. So something like Heroic Intervention to next level their path is pretty good. Now, Suppression Field is actually really good here. Path seems mostly good. We've got like a lot of cards here though. We do need to cut something. Torpor Orb only affects their Stoneforge Mystic unless they're running something like Skyclave Apparition. I think probably our Spider Umbras here are our weakest aura, even though they allow us to block flying. Spirit Mantles are probably good enough because they help to push damage through. Might just remove my core Spirit Dancers and go purely in on the Glade Cover Scouts. When I'm on the play, I will probably look to bring in a couple of core Spirit Dancers, but... Alright, opponent's still with the Lurus, so no Skyclave Apparition or Teferi. This hand's like a good Bogle hand. We can get pro creatures down and chump block for days as long as they don't give trample. We're on the draw, so we're more likely to find a second land by turn 2. So I think overall this is a keep. We've got Vigilance, pro creatures, lifelink, trample. We've got all the bells and whistles. Yeah, pretty much my perfect draw here is either interaction in the form of like a Path to Exile or a Force of Vigor, or just lands. Draw 2 lands in a row would be great. So see how aggressive their hand is this time. Memnite. Alright, here come the 0 mana creatures. At least 1 0 mana creature. Opponent too scared to play the Sagada's Aid for the Force Blowout. Oh my goodness. Let's play the Bogle out. I think I just force in response to my opponent doing something. Let's see what he goes for. Just not going to chump block. If my opponent has instant speed hammer, he's going to equip it anyway. Alright, so the damage just goes through. That's kind of interesting. Steel Shaper's Gift. So he's going to search out the Colossus Hammer. Alright, and they missed a land drop. And we missed a land drop. Great. So I'll throw down this Sentinel's Eyes. We'll attack for 2. Hopefully they miss a land drop again here. And then I can get ultimate value by chump blocking and destroying the hammer and the Sagada's Aid. And then my creature beats my opponent's creature. Well, they've only got 1 mana up here, so I'm definitely going to go for the block blowout here. Colossus Hammer. Alright, it all looked so sad until it stopped looking so sad. Might be greedy, exiling the Scout there instead of like my Rancor. But it turns out Rancor's my only play this turn anyway, so guess we'll take it. See what else our opponent can do here. They finally hit their 2nd mana. My guess is they do have Pure Steel Paladin in hand. Hopefully we can race it, maybe. We'll need to draw an extra mana source to be able to do that though. Opponent dealing 2 damage to themselves here to play it. That is what they're going for. Wonder what else the blue's for. Like counter magic? That's kind of good. But I also kind of don't want to give my opponent mana. I think I'd just attack here. If he chooses to trade, we can then path. If not, we get damage through. Like, this is pretty important to his plan. I'm sort of representing I've got another creature or a path here. Alright, opponent chooses not to block. Again, on his draw step, I'm just going to path this Paladin now. I don't want him, like, drawing cards off of this or anything. Maybe I could wait until he casts the first spell. That probably would have been right, because then maybe he just casts a Colossus Hammer first out of sequence or something. Gets messed up. Stoneforge Mystic has hit the battlefield. Alright, land. Come on. In our 5th draw, can we hit mana? That would be fantastic. Everyone cross your fingers at home. Shadow Spear found for my opponent. Man, fucking yikes. He's definitely got the path. He can chump block here to avoid dying and go to 2. And then we can load in on this other Slippery Bogle that we just drew. We don't really have another line, so I guess we'll just do that. And if we draw any 1 mana enchantment, we should have the win. We just need to make sure we put it on the unenchanted Bogle instead of the already enchanted one, because his line's going to be Shadow Spear, pay 1 mana to activate Shadow Spear, and cast Path. So 3 mana of my opponent's is locked up this turn. For them to avoid... actually, they take a point of damage from the Silent Clearing anyway. So they'd need basic land plus all of that. Cool. Opponent concedes. Nice clean victory against Hammertime. Hope you enjoyed the match there, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you know what the blue splash is for with the Secret Room Coast there. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for daily Bogle content. And subscribe on Twitch if you haven't already. Link in the description. Have a great day, guys. See you next time.